don't know if this will be my first recording or not. I just recorded something for 23 minutes and it's it's really I was really distracted throughout the entire thing. But yeah, so let me just get through this quick. I want to write a book about AI. First of all, I have a few diagnoses which make me like tick or something. It gives me like a tick, which is like making a weird sound or behaving in a specific way. For example, this sound. That sound, that's a tick. Oh, and I need to remember to mute people. Everyone, I'm playing League of Legends, and I easily get frustrated. Like when I'm not trying to focus on something else, I have no problem. Like having fun with people who are behaving badly, but making fun of them, and it's really funny. But when I'm trying to record, it's not a very good. Like I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be distracted. Okay. I'm from Norway. Everything I say here is supposed to be in good faith. I truly want to make the world a better place. There are countless examples of that from my personal life. Of course, I have emotions, many emotions, but there are countless examples of me genuinely wanting to make the world a better place in a way that is not commonly seen in people. So please just believe that I'm saying this in good faith. And yeah, sorry, I just looked in the mirror. Please believe that I'm saying this in good faith, and yeah, I hope you will enjoy listening to this, because these are topics that I truly are passionate about. And I do have some controversial opinions, which I think is not controversial necessarily, but I have strong opinions about things that I think it's important to put out there, because both it reveals something about my personality and it gives you a better lens through which to view me, I guess, or view my practical applications of my views or something. But the problem is that it might color the way people see about me. Perceive me. It might color the way people see me and perceive me. So I will, try to not let this color you, and I hope that people will treat what I say with like I have authority on these subjects, because I will try to be responsible in the way I express myself, and I have a lot of knowledge about some things, about the things I talk confidently about, or I don't know how to phrase this. I'm so anxious of the way I'm phrasing things, because I try to be consistent all the time. I have a lot of knowledge about the things I talk about. If I don't have a lot of knowledge, I will make it apparent through the way I speak. But yeah, I have a vast amount of knowledge about many subjects. So yeah, and I'm also highly intelligent. So if that's worth anything in this context. Anyways, so I will. Should I address my controversial or my opinions about things? I'm my fundamental philosophical axiom, whatever you're supposed to call it, like my fundamental value is sentience. Oh, and by the way, I'm Norwegian. I'm 20 years old, and yeah, my favorite I'm kind of tired. I get mentally exhausted during the end of the day because I have too much mental activity going on. But yeah, so what was I saying? I am 20 years old, and oh shit, I forgot to mute the R, and just write Urmom. Urmom, son. He didn't say anything to me, he was just spamming some random letters in chat, and I was just like Urmom and then mute everyone. Because I need to focus. My mother. Wait, what? My mother loved to. Wait, I thought I muted everyone. The hell? Okay, anyways. So. Oh, what an obnoxious idiot. Okay, I need to focus now. Ugh, I hate Yasuo. Oh. And he has Ignite, of course. So, what was I talking about? Focus now. Focus. Don't make this turn out like last time. Yeah, I have a lot of knowledge about different subjects, and I'm saying all of this in good faith. Okay, so one of my opinions, I guess, or sentience. Sentience is the most valuable thing, so of course I think the way we treat animals is horrible, absolutely awful. I don't know if it's immoral to kill animals, because I don't know if it's immoral to kill humans. I mean, like, I sound that sounds inhumane, but it's not. It's of course not at all. Depending on the definition. I mean, I don't want to get into the definitions, but yeah, I don't think it's inhuman, because suffering can be a good relief from no death can be a good relief from the suffering that is life in many cases, for many people. Pretty much all people, I think. That's why I believe the only life worthwhile is... Oh, holy! He used Ignite. Oh my god. That's so nice. Knees. Okay, no. Don't be a flamer. He's an obnoxious Yasuo with Ignite top, and he just wasted it as I got a gank, and I survived. That's very good. But yeah. Okay, sorry. What was I talking about? Death, yeah. So anyways, I won't get more into this. Not yet, at least. Oh shit, I'm dead. Nice. Okay, so my opinion about something. About what? Yeah, death. So yeah, I won't be talking about death, or I mean, like, if death is humane or not. But yeah, animals are horrible the way we treat them. I hate America, absolutely loathe America, but I love a lot of the things that is happening there recently in terms of, like, the progressive movement. But yeah, and I of course value human life, and I value sentience, as I said. So everything I say is through the perspective of I want every single sentient thing to have a better existence. Anyways, now we got that out of the way. What I want to talk about in this book, or podcast, I will just call it a book, but I don't know yet. I think it will be a podcast, but I just like calling it a book. What I will be talking about in this book is AI and the potential of AI, and why we are vastly underestimating it, like many people at least, and how it's extremely dangerous. So let's just have a quick update on the world situation. And I said I had a lot of knowledge and stuff, and I might be imprecise. I've never tested my knowledge against someone who is, like, properly, I suppose, like, not properly educated, but I mean against people who are, like, professional in these fields. Or I haven't, like, tested it against every type of person, so I don't know if I don't have I'm not a complete person yet in that sense, so I don't know yet. I guess I need to be more confident. But anyways, if I say something wrong, okay, sorry. I'm sorry I said something wrong. If I say something imprecise, okay, I'm sorry for that as well. And I'm genuine. I don't want to to spread misinformation and just trying to get to the point and trying to push my agenda, which I believe to be in good faith, and I will use good faith arguments for it. Okay, so the quick update on the world situation. China is crazy. That's a good start. China is crazy. America is crazy. North Korea is crazy. India is, I think, is crazy. I mean, just okay. Sorry, this is not supposed to be like a comedy thing. I was about to say. I mean, just look at them, and that's not racist. I mean, like, just look at the way they're, like, you know, all the stereotypes about the Indian scammers. Anyways, this is not supposed to be comedy. Nice. So okay, so the issue with this is all of the things I said, and Brazil, and pretty much everyone, except the good countries, which is Europe and Canada and New Zealand, Australia, I suppose. Maybe South Korea and Japan, but Japan, I think for sure, but South Korea, I feel like they are extraordinarily racist and kind of like supremacist. Extremely racist, in fact. So yeah, so I don't know about that, but most countries are the big countries are fucked up, and yeah, and Russia as well, with of course the dictator, and America, like, potentially being a dictatorship in not long of a time. I don't think it will happen though, luckily. I think he will fail, but yeah, it's a real threat. But yeah, so most big countries are shitholes right now. They are like, I don't understand how they can be this crazy. Maybe they've always been this crazy, and it's just now because of internet we have the information readily available and we can see actual examples. But yeah, countries seem absolutely crazy, and this is dangerous because the world is not united. We are very divided, I think, and this is very, very, very dangerous when it comes to the prospect of a third world war or like a hostile takeover. And I'm in specific looking at the most prevalent threat, which is China, because the US, I'm going to insult America a lot during this, so if you don't like that, just close your ears while I'm doing it. But yeah, the United States has absolutely no backbone at all. They are weak and they are pathetic. So they are not a danger to the world in like a hostile takeover, except if the billionaires really go mad. But yeah, they have absolutely no spine, so they will never stand up to China. They, at some point, if they're literally attacked, but it will be too soon. They're weak. Of course they don't pick a fight with someone who they can't bully. They would lose in a war against China, straight up. So yeah, even though they like to pretend they won't, because they have their little primitive equipment and primitive warfare technology. Like, it's modern, but it's primitive as well. But yeah, so I'm not scared of the US in that sense, and I'm not scared of any other country, because Brazil isn't, and North Korea isn't powerful enough, and they're pretty incompetent, extremely incompetent, but China is extremely dangerous, so I will mainly focusing on that. So let me first introduce you to the concept of artificial. I wish I could get some feedback, like people, so I knew what I should cover in more detail and what I don't need to cover in more detail. But anyways, let me introduce you to the concept of AI in general, if you're very unfamiliar with AI. It's basically a machine that does something for you, that looks and behaves intelligently. It can do things that is complex, and that is that it can do things that are complex and that are like something that in the past a human would have to do mostly. And you have AI all around. You can just oh, this is why I should have excerpt. This is why I wanted this to be a book, because I can have a lot of excerpts from different things I've read, which explains these things better than I could. But anyways, let me move on. Don't be a pussy. Don't be scared of like, I need to not be scared of what people think and being incorrect. It's completely okay to be incorrect. That's the mentality I need to have. I know it sounds contradictory. Just okay. I need to stop being insecure. Relax. Okay. China, very dangerous. AI. It's intelligent machines that do things for us. Wait. Sorry. And there's different AI technologies. There are something called, I don't know how thoroughly I should do this. I don't think I will do this so thoroughly. I think that needs to be in a written format, because I can't explain every concept like in very high, oh shit, wrong boots, in vast detail. It's that would be a bit too much. But there are different types of AIs. There's the simple, narrow AI, which we use now, though we're starting to use more and more of the next type of AI, which is self-learning and self-programming AI. It's called deep learning, reinforcement learning, whatever you want to call it, or whatever term you want to use. It's an AI that learns on its own. It's extremely strong and flexible. It's a real powerhouse of a machine, of a program, I mean, and it's the future, definitely. Wait. Sorry. Of course he ults. Can you please? I don't even need to use my ult to get away. But yeah, so it's the future of AI, and it's a much more flexible and powerful form of. God damn, my tics are bad today. Or now when I'm anxious. Wait, I just my hair. Sorry. AI. Okay, I need to get the conversation flowing, or the monologue flowing, or whatever. China is developing AI. AI has immense potential, and it will only be exponentially more powerful. So when we do this reinforcement learning AI, this dynamic AI which imitates the human brain, it will get more and more competent and have the potential to understand more and more vast concepts, and it will be unfathomably strong at some point. It will be thousands of times more intelligent than any human could ever be, or not could ever be, like any natural human could ever be. Any of us living right now, it would be thousands of times more intelligent than any of us right now. And it would be able to understand things on such a fundamental and extremely, like, it would we wouldn't be able to understand it, and it would have such an immense understanding of the world around it that it could take over the world, no problem, like absolutely no problem. It would be a joke trying to oppose it, because it would be so strong and powerful. And this is the danger of this technology, because China, the horrible immoral country, are developing this technology. They know about the potential of this technology. They might not know it like that well, because doesn't seem very competent, Xi Jinping. He seems very like pathetic and insecure about his own image. And he said, well, why are the mid laner and the AD carry top? Who knows? He seems very insecure, and so I don't know if he's that intelligent or if he's got that knowledge on that specific topic. I don't know him. It's not intelligence that limiting you in understanding this. It's just an intuitive concept for people who haven't heard about it before, or thought about it. Both. But yeah, so China is developing this technology, and the United States is lacking behind. They are, of course, as usual, lacking behind and just dragging their feet. Don't know what to do. They're completely ignorant of the situation. They probably do kind of know what to do, but they're corrupt. It's a corrupt society. Of course, they'll not be able to do anything about it. Because they can't muster the energy to like actually have a proper democracy that cares about the world and its people. So they will never realize the threat that it poses, or it will take a long time before they act on it or take it seriously. So this is very dangerous because China is developing this while the US is dragging its feet, just focusing on money and short-term gain at the cost of long-term consequences, which is a phrase that I kind of made up, invented, when in regards to these things. I'm sure someone has said it before. It was inspired by a real quote. But yeah, so the US is lacking behind, and China is developing this technology, and we need to act quickly to be able to respond before China is able to do this, before China is able to develop this extremely flexible, omniscient omnipotent, I think it's that, omnipotent AI. We need to try to stop them before they can do that. So what we should do is the entire world should go together and develop our own hyper powerful, super intelligent AI, which will take time because we are not at that point yet. We're probably decent amount away from that point. It's like I don't know how close we are, because it just suddenly happens. It's like snapping your fingers almost. But the danger is that someone who's acting in bad, like who has very bad intentions, get a hold of it first, and and they can use it to take over the world. So what we need to do is just okay, yeah. What we need to do is just we need to develop this AI of our own, and I'm so disappointed that we haven't done it yet. I don't know how we would do it. I guess every like country who outwardly support the betterment of mankind should go together and try to do this. And the main thing this AI should do is just manage. Just manage the world, like make sure horrific things don't happen. So it's basically just preventing. It would basically just be there to prevent this nightmare scenario where China takes over the world. And it's a lot more scary. I think I'm just too lazy to describe much now. I think that's why I have a difficult time talking. But it could possibly be a hellish scenario, because the AI could get out of their control as well and start acting against their will as well, and just completely destroy the world and put humans as like a slight 0.0000001% gain in efficiency, put humans in a horrible position where we're basically infinitely tortured. And if it actually wants to torture us, like cause the most pain and suffering possible, then we're really screwed. I don't even need to go into that scenario. I can do it at some other point, but that would be like, I have no words to describe how horrific that would be. It would be the worst thing that could possibly ever happen. It's unfathomable. There's no, there's probably no literature. No, there is absolutely no literature that exists or could be produced that could possibly describe how horrible that scenario is. Oh shit. Yeah. So it's very important to try to contain this and to try to stop this from happening. I just need to check what the enemies are. Okay, not good. But yeah, do everything we can to try to stop this and to develop one of our own. This is why I want the world to just be a better place, because I mean, this is the only thing that matters. Why are we developing anything? Why are we even... People are so stupid. Okay, now I'm frustrated because I mean, people are so incredibly ignorant. They're not necessarily stupid, they're just extremely ignorant. Why are we wasting money on so many, and resources on so many things, when we could focus on this and never have to develop a single thing in our entire lives anymore, and just live in an absolute utopia? Because that's what this technology has the potential to do. Because we can it's a general AI. It can do anything that we can do, just much better. It's like super intelligent, and it knows everything basically, and it can learn everything. So we should invest all of our resources in developing this. I'm not intelligent enough, or at least not knowledgeable enough to be able to like contribute to this. It's extremely complex, but there are many people who are developing this, and I feel like they are operating in very, like, they're very good people. They have good intentions, and they are responsible. Many of them, at least. I haven't seen any examples actually of people who aren't. I mean, of people who are developing this and who aren't responsible about it. At least relatively compared to other people. But yeah, please just... It gives me... Oh god, I finally feel a sense of purpose. Wait, this is actually very special. I don't want to get too personal in this, because this is supposed to be informative, and I'm sorry that I've done a terrible job of doing this, and I probably seem like I have a bad personality. But trust me, I don't care who you are, I don't care. Of course I care, but just for the sake of rhetoric, I say I don't care who you are. I don't care if you are a Trump supporter, if you are a war criminal, if like anything. I don't care, because I still believe you are fully worthy of having a good life experience and having a fulfilling and positive life. I see no reason as to why. Like, it's because you are not what you're doing. You are not you. You haven't done anything, and I haven't done anything. Nobody has done anything of what they think they've done, because we are just the consciousness within a biological machine which we call our brains. Which the brain that surrounds you, that is the thing that has done everything. But you, like your consciousness, it's still super valuable, even if your brain has caused you to do horrible things, like in the case of Donald Trump, Xi Jinping, and everyone else, like, and every other stereotype. and I mean every like Republican in America who are a racist neo-Nazi basically, and a white supremacist. And I don't say that lightly. They are garbage, and I would, if I had the chance, I would murder all of them spontaneously, like without hesitation, because not because they deserve it, but because it would prevent further degradation of our world. It would prevent future suffering. Yeah. So but yeah, so I don't care who you are. I think you deserve a wonderful utopian experience, and that is what I want to provide. If you follow my formula, we will get there, and we will have a utopia. It's just that people don't realize it. And it's sad, because imagine what we could do, what wonderful life we could have. Ah, sad. Oh, you little shit. Did you chaos from me earlier? Nah, I don't think so. Oh god, what are you doing? Stupid AD carry, I will report him. A Jhin that basically... okay, whatever. These people are trash. This sounds racist, but I'm on a server with like many people from Greek and from Egypt, I think, EU, Nordic and East, and many of them have absolutely horrible, atrocious personalities. Like, how? It seems like just the most toxic bunch ever, and that's not racism. I mean, how can I? Whatever. Call it what you want. It's not racism. I'm not racist. Anyone who knows me will say that. That sounds... wait, what am I actually trying to defend here? What is happening? This is like listening to anyone. Shut up, I'm not a racist, and I know that. Anyways, of course everyone is a racist. It's impossible to see someone and not judge them based on their appearance. That is literally impossible. You're biologically wired to do that. Believing otherwise is delusional. So yeah, everyone is a racist, but I'm not treating people differently based on it, and I'm not harming people baselessly. I'm not harming people in any way. I'm not harming people. What am I talking about? You know what I mean. It's a trash culture with many bad people in it. That's just what it seems like, according to my experience in League of Legends, which is 7+ years and 3,000 or 4,000 hours. They've never failed to disappoint me. But yeah, so what am I talking about? What am I talking about? Wait. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. The utopian. I will stop recording after this because it's difficult to keep going when it's not structured, and it depends on like the mood and the setting. And yeah, I just think it's a good point to stop the video, no, to stop the recording. But I do think it has been fun, and I feel like I've been productive. But yeah, so this AI, I think this should be something in the possession of the state. The state should control this. The government, I mean, like, not the state, the government should control this AI. The first one to develop it will dominate the world, no question about it. Nobody will stand a remote chance of shutting them down in any way. They will absolutely dominate the world, because of how, like, you first develop the AI, and it's like an infant before it finally reaches its big potential, and then when it reaches that, it's unstoppable. So even if technology we have before that sounds or seems impressive, that doesn't mean that we will stand a chance with that technology. When someone develops that super AI, they will be world dominant, and whoever does that will take over the world and dictate entirely what happens. So I'm hoping that they just let the world keep going and just acts as a like caretaker, like a protecting organ or something. Like they try to prevent future catastrophes, or that they decide that we're going to live in a simulation, and the AI will figure out how to live forever and just create the best scenario possible, or it will let you have some free will within the entire simulation. Even though free will doesn't exist, it's I'm a determinist, but free will as in we have a choice. Feel like we have a choice at least, and feel like we have some awareness of our situation of being in a simulation. They will be able to interpret this way better than I'm expressing it. Don't take this as any final, like, this is what should happen. I really don't know what we should do with it. We should probably take it slow and find out what we should do, but at least just prevent it from make it prevent other people from abusing a similar technology. Just shut it down, shut down the countries like China who are developing this. So if we develop first, just sabotage that, destroy it, remove their ability to develop it through this AI's omnipresence, like through this AI unfathomable genius. Because it can control this. I don't know how to explain to you. It will send out these little nanobots. It will have a special way of communicating with it. It can control things, manipulate things outside of our conception of the laws of physics. It could easily take out every single human spontaneously, like basically within a nanosecond of each other, like spontaneously, and be practically undetectable. And if it's detectable, no, it will just make sure it won't be detected or sabotaged. So yeah, very scary, very powerful. Be afraid. It's good to be afraid, because then we can. If being afraid now makes this work out in the future, then holy shit, we're in for a ride. I mean, as in, we're in for a beautiful, wonderful, absolutely euphoric existence. So I'm very disappointed that the world don't take this more seriously, and I should probably like work more on this. I should try to get personally into it, like into developing. Or be more vocal about it, which I guess this is a part of. But yeah, I'm very scared that this will end badly, because we are at the brink of something we have never seen before. And we're already seeing it. If you look at the development of AlphaStar, it can, at the start it could like barely beat chess players. Like it could beat, I think it was operating at maximum capacity at that point when it did that, like as in it didn't restrict its own like intelligence, like computing power and its own potential. So when it played chess and beat the world's best players, but yeah, so it went from beating the best players in chess, which is like has limited amount of potential, and the best algorithms in chess. It was very good, but yeah, which is a game with specific like fixed knowledge. You know everything at all time, and it has only a certain amount of potential board states, so it can calculate everything with a much firmer, less abstract way, and it went from that to beating the best players in a limited knowledge RTS game, StarCraft 2, operating with massive handicaps, like point something second delay in its reaction time. It had limited actions per minute. It had like a percentage chance to make a mistake within like certain regions, like within predefined regions or something. It had like a failure rate. It could make mistakes. Which was hard programmed into it, I guess is the right way to say it. So yeah, and that is 2 years ago now. Basically, we're at the end of 2020. So we are at the end. We are in the end game, kinda. Wow, I haven't thought this much about this recently. I mean, when you talk about it, you will think a lot more about it than what you did previously. I thought a lot about the concept and about the potential and whatever, and specific things about this, but when I go through it and I mention specific scenarios and I just talk about it and try to communicate it to other people, other thoughts will end up in my mind. So yeah, it's not that I haven't prepared myself for this, it's that I haven't like thought about it like this before, or recently, or whatever. But yeah, we are nearing the end. And people are blind. This is depressing. I'm scared of China. Okay, goodbye. And I hope things will turn out well.